Donald Trump, he suggested that U.S. may send long-range Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine if Russia does not end the war soon. The president was speaking aboard Air Force One, where he is flying to the Middle East, and this report came when he was flying to the Middle East. And this is coming on the Sky News Australia. And it basically says he was flying to mark a peace plan in Gaza. Now, Vladimir Putin has previously suggested that this would seriously damage relations between Moscow and Washington. A Tomahawk missile launched was seen in the Gulf in 2014. Now, Trump told reporters, quote, "I might say, look, if this war is not going to get settled, I am going to send them Tomahawks," end quote. The Tomahawk, quote, is an incredible weapon, very offensive weapon, and honestly, Russia does not need that, end quote. Again, coming from Donald Trump. He went on to reveal that the prospect of Ukraine receiving these missiles has hardly been raised in conversations with Zelensky. The Ukrainian president told Fox News that Tomahawks would only be used to pursue military goals and not to attack civilians. Now, even though we are talking or discussing about the possibility of using these Tomahawk missiles by Ukraine, supplied by United States, Fox News, they have come up with a different story. Now, according to this report, they're saying the Tomahawk, the title of the particular video of the news was that, quote, potential Tomahawk missile targets inside Russia. Okay, this is what was the title of this report, is the one you're seeing right now. Let's take a listen what they're saying here.
The topic, AP, Russian aerial attack hits Ukrainian hospital. This is just days before President Zelensky arrives here in the White House, launching, the Russians did, a powerful glide bombs and drones against Ukraine's second largest city in overnight attacks, hitting a hospital, wounding 7 people. We've seen these attacks and in the increase. President Trump talked about possibly using Tomahawk missiles on Monday. Take a listen.
They need Patriots very badly. They'd like to have Tomahawks. That's a step up. They'd like to have Tomahawks. We talked about that. I might have to speak to Russia, to be honest with you, about Tomahawks. Do they want to have Tomahawks going in their direction? I don't think so. I might say, look, if this war's not going to get settled, I'm going to send them Tomahawks. I may say that.
Sending Tomahawks to the Ukrainians, which they're requesting to strike deeper into Russia.
Well, let's just talk about that for a second. Putin is saying that's an escalation. That's another false statement. This guy has made one false statement after another. In 22, Putin began to fire hypersonic ballistic missiles against Ukraine, largely civilian targets. He's been firing air-launched and sea-launched cruise missiles against civilian targets and energy infrastructure for the last 2+ years, in addition to those 500 to 600 drones a night that you're seeing there. He's the guy that escalated. All of his targets are largely civilian targets. If the Ukrainians get the Tomahawk missiles, what are they going to use them for? Their number one target will be the Abaluga manufacturing center for Shahed missiles, built by Ukraine. 20,000 North Koreans are there at that manufacturing center, Brett. It's out of the range of everything they have right now. That'll be target one, but they'll all be military targets. Ukraine is not going to target civilian targets. And what Putin is trying to do with President Trump is the same thing he successfully did with Biden. Threaten escalation if you do X, and there'll be something to come against you as a result of it. And he won that bluff with Biden time and time again. I don't think he'll win it with President Trump.
You know, Zelensky expressed hope
basically,
in the wake of what he saw.
The problem that I have with this kind of rhetoric from Fox News is that are we not going to end this war in a way that both Ukraine and Russia will agree to, or are we going to be ending this war where rest of the world will pitch in to support Ukraine and end up getting World War III? What we are talking here about, so Fox News to me looks like their rhetoric is that anytime Russia will use any lethal weapon, you know, those missiles, ballistic missiles, we are going to be giving Ukraine even much worse of a missile so that they can strike Russia. And at the same time, we're going to be talking about de-escalating the whole situation by showing strength. But it doesn't work. It didn't work that way with Vladimir Putin, especially now that Russia can sustain without relying on Western help, financial dealings. I mean, he's under sanctions since he started this war, but he is not going to be ending it. He's doing absolutely fine. He's doing fantastic. His economy is thriving and booming. The economy that is suffering right now is Europe. The countries in Europe, they're suffering. The strongest economy right now, arguably, according to many analysts and experts, is the Russian economy. So when you use this kind of Tomahawk missiles against Russia, Russia would strike back with something much worse, and that could be tactical nuclear weapon next time. Fox News just wants to puppeteer for the military industrial complex in the state so that the war will continue on, more blood will be shed, and the military industrial complex will only benefit from this war and nobody else really.
I think he'll win it with President Trump.
You know, Zelensky expressed hope in the wake of what he saw in Gaza that this could lead to something else. Geopolitically, with a win like we saw in the Middle East for President Trump, does that affect Russia? Does that affect China and how they look at things?
Oh, absolutely. Just as weakness affects them. The fact that they become so aggressive during the previous administration is because they believed the American leadership was weak and they could take advantage of it. And the facts spoke to that as well. The attack that President Trump ordered on the nuclear sites, the decisive blow, got their attention. And
in Iran.
Yeah, in Iran. And what is happening right here now with the somewhat defeat of Iran and the proxies and moving forward to peace and stability in the region, all engineered by who? American leadership on a world stage, setting the whole standard for what's to be accomplished. This is what they're trying to depose. They want to have that influence, and here we have a president doing it. You betcha they're paying attention.
I want to talk about
so again, praising Donald Trump, which they do all the time, and this is absolutely maddening what they are talking about, what they're promoting about Donald Trump. When he struck Iran's nuclear facilities, he was not successful at all, as we now know. And number two, what he was really doing was that he was escalating the situation between Iran and Israel. He did not stop anything. Iran did not forget about that strike, Midnight Hammer. They will never forget. Israel is not backing down from attacking Iran, or even with their rhetoric. They're not saying, okay, Iran's nuclear facilities were attacked, we are done, we will not go to war with Iran. No, that's not what they're saying. After Donald Trump, his decision to bomb Iran, Israel is still maintaining the same position, is still trying to drag the United States into this war with Iran one more time, and the situation is still the same, if not worse. So I don't know what Fox News is trying to accomplish here by praising Donald Trump in all of this unbelievable and American leadership. Fox News, all of these Western medias, they are not helping the situation. I will give you more updates about the Tomahawk missile usage in Ukraine against Russia. Stay tuned and subscribe to my channel.